Wait, who's supposed to take it out of the break? You or me?
It's your show, Daddy-O.
It was like listening to The View coming in here. You crying, Ursula, Nicole, all you ladies.
Oh, people were texting in like, oh, this is too much of a feel-good show here. Where's the vitriol, rage?
Thanks for holding down the fort. What was the language thing you were teasing?
He just wanted an excuse to play his all-time favorite audio.
Oh, it's my all-time favorite audio, too. Do you have it?
I have it. Would you like me to play it?
Yeah, should we set
This is one of our favorite moments ever.
I have another example of working with somebody who mangled the language, but they were in broadcasting and they should have known the language, but they
weren't
didn't.
Football players?
No. But do you want to set up what this was?
Yeah, well, we were at the NFC divisional playoff game against Green Bay, and had just an awesome linebacker named Julian Peterson, and they started out that game. They were ahead by like what? Was it 21-0 or 14-0?
Yeah, it just looked like 14, I think.
Yeah, and then the Packers came back, and then Julian was interviewed afterwards, and he described what the game felt like.
And Dave Wyman, you were out of control as we were listening to that interview. Look at you. What's wrong with you?
Spit it out.
You enjoyed the
Oh, that was the funniest thing I've heard all year.
Can we replay just the very beginning of that interview? We're re-wrapping
None of the rest of us
noticed it. You were the only one who noticed it.
Okay, here we go. The very beginning, just for you, Dave.
This is a very emotional game. This can get you every week in, week out. You're going through ups and downs emotionally. It causes a lot of stress. You can get gallbladders from this, and it's a lot, man. And
that just struck you very funny.
I thought everybody had a gallbladder. I didn't know you could get one from a stressful situation.
Yeah.
Sometimes people have theirs removed, and so then, if you ever do have one removed, just come to a game like this and you might get one. Oh, God bless you, Julian.
I will say, I did not know you that well at that point. We weren't close friends at that point. And that's the moment where I thought, well, this guy could be kind of fun to hang out with.
It brought me back to in the NFL. There's so many times, and I say this all the time on our show. And I was telling Nicole some of the examples. Like Brock has the one story where the guy came running up to the front to get the trainer. He said, there's a player back there. He's laying like cramped over in the fecal position. And then there's a guy that pulled his oblique, and he's like, yeah, it's hurting right down here in my obliques. So all those words, and then we had another guy named Keith Millard that used to, and Keith was like the NFL Defensive Player of the Year. He's the guy I got in a fight with on the tarmac. Yeah. So, that's another story. But, he would always, whenever somebody would say, well, a player of my caliber, and he'd go, calculator? What? What did you say? And then like when people try to say camaraderie, he'd go common karate. So we started calling like our, camaraderie nights when we go out, we call it common karate night. So there was always somebody, I had a coach that said pathetical and ferocious one time in front of the whole group. And I would just burst out laughing.
They have an excuse. They're football players.
Yeah, exactly.
I worked with a broadcaster, a supposed professional who used the English language. He was a weekend sports anchor at King 5. And he covered a Ohio State University of Washington game at Husky Stadium. And the Washington defense played really well, and he did a stand-up at halftime. The Ohio State quarterback was not going to start the second half. And he goes, yeah, he had such a rough first half, he was regulated to the bench in the second half. Instead of relegated.
Relegated, yeah.
But he left the voice track, and then he just took off to go to dinner, and we got to put it on the air. And so we're all saying, well, do we make him look like a fool? And I go, yeah, let's make him look like a fool. Mm-hmm. Because I was a horrible producer. Because I thought I should be on the air and not these guys.
I see.
And so, we put it on the air that the Ohio State quarterback was regulated to the bench in the second half of the game. And that was a broadcast professional.
Yeah. Well, you can understand when a linebacker says, and what was he trying to say?
Relegated.
No, I mean Julian Peterson instead of gallbladders.
I don't
bladder stones?
I
or
have no idea.
Kidney
I will
stones?
never figure that out. None of those come from stressful situations.
Not a game that can give you gallbladder.
Yeah, I have no idea.
It took me back.
You want to hear what happened to me last night?
Yeah, you sent the weirdest email.
Okay. So the program director and I, they gave us an option. Do you want to drive over Monday morning to Ellensburg? Or if you want to come over Sunday night, we'll get you a motel room.
Uh-huh.
And I thought, well, I'll be nice and rested then. So I'll go over Sunday night. So I get there about 8:30 last night. Our program director, who's only been here for a few months, I said, do you want to go get some dinner? Because I'm gracious that way. So he and I went and got dinner. And I get back to the hotel about 10 o'clock. Now I have to do show prep for today's show. Mm-hmm. So I sit down and put the laptop on the desk in the hotel room. And I don't want to name the hotel because I don't think it's fair to them. I'm not going to name them. By the way, that Jazz Great.
I think he's going to name it.
Yeah, I knew it.
No, I'm really not. The Jazz Great, Lionel, what was his name? Lionel...
Richie?
No, the Jazz Great.
I don't know.
Don't know. I'll look it up, but you keep going. Yes.
Can you find something? Oh, yeah, I found it.
I'm surprised that the Tory.
It's Hampton. I got it. It's Hampton.
Okay.
Jazz Great. And then one other question just popped in my mind. There's a fast food place called Out Burger.
Uh-huh.
What's the first one?
In-N-Out?
In. That's it. Okay, anyway. I don't know why I was thinking of Hampton and in. Anyway, so I'm at this motel that I'm not going to name. And I do the show prep till about 1:30, sitting at the desk. And now I got to get up at 6:30 to do today morning show prep. Mm-hmm. That was my late night show prep. So I go to the bed. I'm all ready to go nighty-night. I pull down the bedspread, and what do my eyes see but a pretty good size drop of blood right in the middle of the top sheet.
Like how big? Silver
It's
dollar?
between a...
It looks
It's
like
about
a
a
drop,
nickel.
like a...
About a nickel.
Oh,
like
you sent a
blood
picture?
Drop, not a teardrop.
Oh, yeah, I got
a blood
pictures.
drop.
Oh, believe me, I have pictures. So now I have a decision to make. I can either just fold the sheet so that it's way, way far away and try to sleep because it's approaching 2 a.m. It's 1:55.
Did you try calling the front desk?
Well, or I can call the front desk. So I thought, well, is there any way I can sleep? And I'm thinking there's no way. There's no way I can sleep on a blood-soaked bed. So I call the front desk. And I tell the woman, there's blood on my bed. And she goes, oh, and she has kind of an English accent. And she's kind of a slow mover. 25 minutes later, I hear a little knock on the door. And she apologized and she said, oh, I'm so sorry. I had to help another customer. And I'm thinking, I have blood on my bed. What could another customer's needs possibly be that would be a higher priority than the guy with the bloody bed?
At 2 a.m.
Yes. So she peels back the bedspread. I can't even believe this story.
Oh, my God.
She peels back the bedspread. She changes the sheets. Then she starts to pull the bedspread back over. I'm still sitting at my desk doing stuff on my laptop. And all of a sudden I hear her go, oh, there's blood on the bedspread, too.
Ew.
Well, of course there is. They don't wash those.
And she goes, that's disgusting. She says that to me, the customer. And I go, yeah. And I go, did you bring a bedspread? No. And remember, the sheets took 25 minutes because she is kind of a slow mover. And so now I go, well, I need another bedspread, and we got to change out the pillowcases.
Do they have a hide-a-bed?
No.
Why not just switch rooms? I'm
I
confused.
don't know. Well, I've got my shaving kit in one place. I've got my papers on the table.
But you moved
I should have
faster than
switched
her.
rooms. For all I know, there could have been a murder in this room.
That would have taken you
For all I
5
know.
minutes to pack up those things.
I know. I should have. I wasn't thinking right.
Or I guess not.
Before, because I have this really precise schedule, Dave. Right 15 minutes before I was going to crawl into bed, Daddy pops an Ambien. So,
by the way, that led to my second favorite soundbite of pre- and post-game radio.
My favorite.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm not thinking. I'm going a little Roseanne Barr in the head now because of the Ambien, and I didn't think to switch rooms. So now she has to go get a bedspread. And then about 20, I'm sending emails to you guys at 1:55, 2:26, 2:37. I'm sending pictures of the bloody sheet. I'm sending pictures of all the bed clothing piled on the floor in the room. And then she finally comes back, and then I hear her shaking the bedspread to try to spread it out on this king bed, and that flopping sound when you shake a sheet, flop, and it's still a mess. She's got like half of the bed covered, and she's a front desk person. She's not a housekeeping. She doesn't know how to make the bed. And I go, look, I really have to get to bed. And I get up, and I just grab the other two corners. I go, let's just set it on top, and let's see what we can do with this here.
Because she's a slow mover.
Oh, man, oh, man.
Can I ask? Then what happened?
Well,
did you sleep?
Then I became convinced, and I went hiking on Saturday. I got really sweaty, and I went sea-doing yesterday, and so I'm thinking that's why I had some rash on the back of my thighs. But I'm thinking that some blood-borne disease is the reason why the back of my thighs are burning as I'm laying in this motel at 3:30 in the morning. And my alarm's about to go off in 3 hours. I'm not even close to falling asleep. I still got show prep to do.
And a drive.
And I got to drive back to Seattle on no sleep.
That even in the most perfect of conditions, you never would have been able to make in time.
I'm telling you guys, it was
I don't want to see the picture, but describe, could it have been paint?
No.
Could it have been ink?
No. He sent us a picture of it. His remote control sitting next to it, and it's about as big as one of the buttons.
Put the remote control next to it for perspective.
Okay, I think it's just housekeeping did not
I know, and
take care of it. And maybe there was a woman who
How
was...
would you describe that, Dave?
The thing is,
that's blood.
What makes me the most nervous is that it doesn't look like
that's
a
blood,
sheet
right.
that's been washed and it's just stained. It looks fresh.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
So maybe the housekeeper had a bloody nose or something, or
I don't know.
That's probably it.
Yeah.
Finger.
I don't
Probably had a hangnail.
But then I'm thinking, what are the odds that it hasn't sunk through to the mattress, and at some point it's going to start seeping back up in the middle of the night through this clean bottom sheet?
It's a hotel. Everything's on that mattress. Everywhere.
Yeah, you don't want to know that.
Then the question becomes, why do we ever go to motels?
I don't know.
What is wrong with us?
There's lots of things. I just don't think about it. You just can't think about
hotels.
it. I do too.
Am I the only one?
No, I love going to hotels.
Have you ever seen the Dateline NBC when they walk through with the ultraviolet light and they put it on the remote?
Just take a shower afterward. But here, I'm wondering.
The remote has like a Horton Here's a Who village on it.
Now, did you get offered a free stay at a future?
Well, and then the front desk gal.
She give you a cookie?
She assures me that management will hear about that because she has to write up the overnight report. And she says, well, the manager will contact you in the morning. She'll be here at 8. Will you still be here? And I said, well, I have to leave for the university at 8:15. And I was going to see if the manager contacted me, and the manager didn't. And so I thought, well, I'll just have a little story to tell on the radio now. But what's fair compensation for that?
Another stay, another night, a free night.
I'd say 20 minutes of radio.
Well, if you had paid
That's your
for
payoff, pal.
I believe you were kind of compensated this room. Otherwise, I would say the room should be on.
Well, somebody else paid for the room.
That's what I mean. But under normal circumstances,
But I had to suffer the consequences of the blood.
Oh.
Yeah, usually they put a mint on the pillow. Dori gets a drop of blood. Wow.
Okay, I'm sorry to yap on and on, but I was traumatized and.
You too.
Nice. Yeah, but it's the song.
Nice.
Thematic.
What?
It's thematic.
What is it? What's the song?
What day did I check into this hotel?
Bloody Sunday.
Yeah.
Sean DeTore.
Once again.
Genius.
And that is a rambling, pointless, fastest 15.